I long for a world so pure and free. I wish for others all I'd wish for me. To live right, avoiding what is wrong, and focus every day on the ultimate goal. Forever, what's in my heart is all of the love from my life.
Once again, I am humbled and I am highly elated to be here amidst you all. Topic Tawagbesi Winiwaju. I would not say that I am entirely qualified to treat this topic. I am just a little over a decade into this motherhood journey. My firstborn is like how old? Maybe 12 years old now. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. And Alaja said something earlier. Alaja Mateson. She said she has a daughter who cooks. She can make a la, mashallah. And I want mobito tiko. My daughter is like that. Oh, mama dano ma. Oh, if you know did that job, me to me you like him, madano. Alaja Emo said some things that I greatly resonated with regards to how our Maya is saying. I'm a millennial, by the way. That I'm a order for all these plate bowls of whatever. Where's the time? Oh my joko 2-3 hours in the kitchen to do what? No. This is not a license for you not to cook for your husband. Of course, I do cook for him, but it's more like we have to put it to heat, eat it up in the microwave, and do the other necessary packaging. However, that is not to say the way Maryam Thaoban's journey is, or what she has to do for her to do that is the same way you have to, do the same. No, you have to know what works for you, which goes back into what Alaja Mateswa said, know yourself. And what Alaja Moalia said to this SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities available at your disposal? And what are the threats? Okay? Moving on to the topic of today. Before I say that, I would like to recite this particular verse from the Quran. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. Do the people think that they will be left to say we believe and they will not be tried? So we are in trying times. Everything, Alaja, especially Alaja Mo, she mentioned greatly, she elaborated on the fact, she was able to bring in her own experience and then the exposure and then, everything, her professionalism and everything from way back, decades ago, into this present moment. We are in trying times. And more should we allow ourselves to be to wear that face of being tried, as though we are going through a lot. Everyone is going through a lot. Every single one. And it's over but then that is where the empathy comes in. That is where the emotional intelligence that she has said comes in. I don't have any new thing to say to you today. Every single thing I have to say, except to just buttress on the points that have been made by our mothers here today, you've heard it all. You've literally heard it all. Now do with it all the information you've heard here today. Do with it as you would best deem fit to make it beneficial to you in this world and in the hereafter. So everything I want to say with regards to concerning, the part, fulfilling the part of a concerned mother, they have said it all. It goes into you being a damsel in distress or the one in pursuit of Jannah. It goes into how you will be frugal, to practice frugality as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, or as a daughter, as the case may be. I am pretty sure that, I don't know if I'm wrong or right. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sister Basiro, Sister Hajia. We have at least a good 70 to 80% of our Hajia Tawanibi by they're all married, isn't it? Yes. So most importantly, as a wife, what you want to practice to become a concerned mother, àwọn alájà wa wọn ti bá wa sọ lẹ́nu. So there really isn't much, there really isn't much to add beyond just using my own little knowledge and my experience of just over a decade to talk. And what I would say is it will be based on just three things. So as a concerned mother, you want to look at the past, the present, and what is to come, the future. All right? So when looking at the past, you want to look at how did our mothers of the past, how did they, perform or carry out their obligation as a mother? Our mother, Hajia, rahimahullah, she is an exemplification of what a concerned mother could be. Given her experience in the desert, where she was left all by herself and her son by Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, to cater to the son without being given any explanation. What did she do? She was a concerned mother, circling, going back and forth with the baby right there in the middle, ensuring she's still keeping an eye on him. Concerned. What are we going to feed on? How are we going to survive? How are we going to be safe here? But then, how did she pull through tawakkul? How did she pull through resilience? Just like Hajia Matisma said. How did she manage? She was patient. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu isbiru. He said, you should be patient, all you who have believed. So through patience, through tawakkul, she was patient. She persevered. And what did Allah grant her? Allah granted her succor. Allah provided for her from where she least expected. Allah provided for her from where she least expected. And what did Allah say about those who rely on Him? He said, وَمَنْ يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. He is going to be enough for them. When you do what? When you rely upon Allah, He is sufficient for you. He is enough for you. As a concerned mother, regardless of where your concerns are coming from, what your concerns are, what are we going to feed, in this economy, Tinubu economy, like Alaja said, Tinubu economy. Kí ló máa jẹ, kí ló máa mu, owó iléèwé ló ti ń gòkè sí yìí. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ sanwó? A dẹ̀ máa raṣọ sí wọn lọ́rùn, kán lè bá ẹgbẹ́ mu, right? Kán lè bá àwùjọ mu. Ní pé àwọn ọmọ mi náà wọ́n dress nice, wọ́n eat dáadáa, wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe? First and most importantly, from the lesson of our mother Hajia, tawakkul. Put your total trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you would find Him. Fahuwa hasibuhu. He would be sufficient for you. Tawakkul. Moving down, there are lots of lessons we can learn from Hajia. We can learn from obedience and loyalty to our husband. In this age and date, Alaja mentioned something. Alaja Embo, she said, you can easily just live in a one-bedroom apartment or come and get on one your concept. Owó yìí jẹ́ ká máa tún jọ ká fi kọ́lé tiwa àbí? Àmọ́ ayé sì, la hawla wala quwwata illa billah. So we all want to live the luxury lifestyle. We all want to be by ourselves. We don't want no neighbor, no mother-in-law or sister-in-law or whoever, looking into whatever is going on between us. So we can't even, get out of here coming. Some of us find it difficult. As you could about being, especially our firstborn. Although you call us malo 6 months. Yeah. Ow. Meanwhile, all these things, they go a long way into how we are helping the children maintain, and our husband maintain the ties of kinship, which would, by effect, help them to have a strong and firm bond with the family. Because what we have in this age and time, due to, Alaja mentioned something earlier, she said social value change. What we have is that we are losing our morality. We're losing our value system. What we're supposed to stand for as Muslims, the unity, holding onto the rope of Allah, mending the ties of kinship, ensuring that it does not break, not from your hand, and helping your significant other, your husband, do the same. It is tough for kama paro àwọn ọ̀yọ́ kankan wà lóòótọ́ ṣùgbọ́n àníyàn, intentionality, purposiveness, and return everything back to Allah, just like Elijah Mattheson said. Return everything back to Allah. You're doing all of this lillah, fi sabilillah. And look at how Allah will come and reward you. He would reward you, especially when you are patient. Seek help through prayer and patience. Lọ́lọ́run sọ, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ista'inu bis-sabri was-salat. And he said, Inna Allaha ma'ash sabirin. He is with those who are patient. So you bear all of these in patience. Remember our very first verse that we recited in Ankabut Surah verse 2. That do you think he would say you believe and he would not test you? Far from it. We are being tested. Whether you're going through a lot or a lot is going through you, you are being tested. I am being tested. I admit it. And what do? I look back. I seek the face of Allah. I return to Him, crawling. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. It is only you that I seek help from, because it is you that I worship. Be patient, and He would grant you the reward of your patience. Be patient, be filled with hope, and He would grant you. That is what He said. It would suffice you. فَهُوَ حَسَبُهُ. It would suffice you. So yes, on the part of, looking at the past, I have just about 3 more minutes to go, inshallah. Looking at the past, we have Sayyidatna Fatima, radiallahu anha, who also exemplify what we should look at as a concerned mother. At some point, she went to her father, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and said, oh, she needed help. She's becoming weary and distressed from household chores. The Prophet had just come back with, war booties and all that. And what did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam give to her? He returned her back to Allah. Subhanallah. Walhamdulillah. Wallahu Akbar. It wouldn't have cost him anything to say, maybe ọrú méjì mẹ́ta mélòó ló fẹ́ kó wọn kó ló máa lọ fi wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ tó fẹ́ ṣe. But do you know one of the wisdom, one of the hikmah behind what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did? Beyond what the people will say that, oko nkan de o fún àwọn ẹbí àbí whatever. One of the hikmah, one of the wisdom behind it is so that she would immerse herself in the service of her household, in the service of her husband and children. And therein lies the mercy and blessing of Allah upon you as a woman. How much service are you giving to your husband and your children? How well do you serve them without expecting anything in return from them? Expect from Allah. And He would do what? He would definitely reward you, your service, as long as you're doing it for the sake of Allah. Now, so let's come into you now, the present. Fulfilling the part of a concerned mother, how does it concern you? What are your roles? How do you ensure you fulfill that part? Okay? We've already established what could possibly lead to the concerns, our age and day, so many things. And then where can we start looking from that? Okay, we want to fulfill this part. Ibo ni ká ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa yẹ̀wò, òun la ṣe gbé yẹ̀wò ọ̀rọ̀ Hajia àti ọ̀rọ̀ Fatima kọ́lọ́n bá fi ọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́ àwọn méjèèjì àti àwọn tó kù náà tí wọ́n ti lọ. So now coming down to you and in this age and time, how do you fulfill the part of a concerned mother? Auntie Rashida, Auntie Zainab, Raihan, Muhsina, báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ ensure that you are fulfilling your obligation as a mother? Do not oppress your children. Be accountable, be responsible, be responsive. Be patient and kind to them. And no, it is not easy. I am saying this from a place of experience right now. The reason why it is not easy is that most of us here, I would say maybe a good 60%, for instance, are probably millennials. You're from like maybe late 80s downwards to like maybe 95 or thereabouts. I hope I'm right. If that is the case, our mothers had love, tough love, love we call love we raise wa. I want to call them atawa, auntie, uncle, don't towa. Tough love. I barely would some of our mothers be able to look at us, hug us, and say, I love you, my baby. I am proud of you. You're doing amazing. Keep it up. Barely will they sit and cry with us. Barely will they listen to us. Oh God, I'm having goosebumps just by saying this. It's that emotional for me. But now you have the opportunity to do better without compromising the quality of what you have to offer your children in value, moral etiquette, religious standing. Without compromising it, you can be that soft and hard mom. Find your balance. What works for Umu Rashida might not work for Umu Raihan, but the goal is the same. You are raising these children as a man. They have been given to you by Allah in trust, and you would account for them. So raise them with love and kindness. Be accountable. Be responsive. Be responsible. Show them love. Amma, what do they say? Yes, do not hesitate to chastise them, to scold them, to discipline them if you have to, but do not oppress them. Some of us were oppressed growing up. Our mothers took out all of the anger that they felt from our father. They took them out on us. Their frustration and distress, they took them out on us. Not intentionally. That was what they could do. That was the best they could give. They did not know any better. This thing it was transported, it was transferred right from the generation up to down. We don't care. If it does not work, Allah said it is the reality. But you as a Muslim cannot even afford to be living like that. Like, iki yoda, oyono, tomoda, oyono, tinyoda, oyono. Ewoloku to vefi dano to vefi sonjejino. Patience, perseverance, resilience, taqwa, and hold on to the rope of Allah. Return back to Him at every given point. Because you just have to be patient. You continue your basso. No marika. No batiso. Oh, my mommy will say, oh. Wa madam mi kon lembe, ṣùgbọ́n ta ló fẹ́ sádi Ọlọ́run. Padà lọ sọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. It is only in Him you can find that respite you're looking for, the circle you're looking for. It is only in Allah. So yes, be accountable. And more, before all that, you have to take your journey, self-discovery, self-assessment that Elijah has said. Know yourself. Know what works for you. Know your strengths and your weaknesses. That is so good. We've established it. Amma, this is a reminder. I'm just saying it again. Because Guru be Tetimari, tiny details they need. Láti fi wà fulfilling as a concerned mother. All those little details, you have to pay attention to them. So you are not raising a daughter the way your mother, who was bitter or frustrated, raised you. Because she didn't know any better. Now you know there is no excuse. You have no excuse. You have to raise that girl and that boy to be great ambassadors of the deen. To have an optimal moral standard. To have great values. Do you know the kind of, our children today, they are very fortunate. That is if we make good use of all the tools at our disposal to bring the best out of them. And not just because we are trying to, be a good, mother. We just leave them to do whatever they want to do, or because we are too busy as a mom. We can't get that before. Yeah, my what even here, Morai online, especially our and she online. We have to be very careful, because in a bid to keep them busy, you're pushing them to things that would they're not of benefit to them. It might appear like they're of benefit temporarily. Oh, yeah, he's watching this one, be watching that one, keep that one busy. No, engage them. That's the responsiveness as a mother. Engage them in beneficial. So be empathic. Emotional intelligence. Almost okay, go continue. So they're just, I'm just reiterating what I want. Like I thought it so. They've mentioned everything: empathy, emotional intelligence, self-assessment, accountability, self-discovery. Be accountable, be responsible. All these things have been said. Be frugal, be prudent. They've all been said. All right? Now, looking outward, this is the cap of it, into beyond now, beyond what's occurring, beyond what we are able to offer, what is to come, which is where Ikotalaja Solen Kongba social value change. Modimu. Timo, in the next couple of years, our society, the way, we are growing, and the digital space is progressing, disruption here and there, and moral values and religious values being threatened, we have to be very careful. Friends, the schools we put them in, we have to be extremely careful and to instill in them values that would go beyond our state of being alive. Elijah mentioned earlier that she went to a wedding, the father and her mother, right? They were, exactly. In the next few years, who promised you that you'll still be here walking the surface of the earth? Then, what do you want to leave your children with that would make you rest assured that I have equipped them with all that is needed for them to be successful in this world and the hereafter? And this goes into the core of what we are feeding them at home, from our attention to, the things we expose them to the food they actually eat, to the people we let them to mingle with, the schools they're going to. I know parents that are Muslims, and you do not care that your children are going to schools where they sing songs of praises to their ears, up until from primary to like secondary school. In this age and day, Allah Mustafa. Now, so let us look at all these things. Make use of some of the tools that are available. There are children that they don't even have to go to school, because now we have accessibility to learning instruments and items and applications and websites that can keep them beneficially engaged. Not they're otherwise engaged. Oh yeah, he's busy. Oh, he's playing games. Oh, he's watching cartoon. What is watching cartoon? I have a 2-year-old baby. Babe, put it in Oma and Anna only. Tó bá ti rí pé ṣe nǹkan mi báyìí. Wá ti máa gbọ́. The wizard, the boss, Corona, Abdulrahman. Ó yá dá padà so man and àbí kó bá mi gbé tàbọ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀. He knows that already. It's just 2. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti fẹ́ ṣe màdàrú ni, mommy, I want to watch your man Nana. Irọ́ ni o, the wizard, the boss, wọ́n sì fẹ́ gbé lọ. Tó bá ti wọ man Nana 1 or 2 episodes. Matimaga, the wizard, the boss. Oh yeah, I remember. They are smart. But we should not leave them to themselves. We should pay attention to them. We should be present in their life beyond the physical presence. Okay? Participate in the things they do. Play with them. These are the things, these are the memories they're going to grow up with. We did not enjoy such as a baby. I don't know, for some, especially I'm 1995, some of them might have enjoyed it. Okay, yeah. But alhamdulillah, some of our parents also now, they're knowing better. So as grandmothers, they are also doing better than our grandmothers did for us. No. My grandmothers, it is amazing, alhamdulillah. Here we are today. So yes, invest in self-development. This is beyond just for yourself, because self-care, self-development would also help you to know what you should allow your children to be exposed to. Ó dẹ̀ gbé kalẹ̀ fọ́mọ, ìwọ ò dẹ̀ mọ ọwọ́ ẹ̀. Èmi ò mọ ọwọ́ TV yẹn o, ó dẹ̀ gbé kalẹ̀. Learn about it. If not, àtàrà gbogbo àwọn nǹkan báyìí náà lọ ti máa kọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tí kò yẹ kán mọ̀. And because you are ignorant, ọkàn máa fi ignorant yẹn fi kó bọ́ ọmọ lọ́mọ ni. Know about it. Read up about it. What are the latest shows now? What are the latest games children are playing on the net? What are the latest applications or sites? It doesn't mean you should go and be spending countless of hours on it. Doing what? But be aware of these things. Be socially aware of the social change going on in your society, the immediate one and the global one. Now, in conclusion, fear Allah. Fear Allah. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Fear Allah, because whoever fears Allah, He will make a way out for him. I have said earlier, like when I started, we are in trying times. It is a trying time across all ramifications. Economically, socially, religiously, spiritually, personally, physically, everything. Academically even. But the fear of Allah would make you one of those that Allah would do what? Pave ways for. You'll be part of those that Allah has described as the people He has made way for. Okay? Fear Allah. Rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He will provide for you from where you do not expect when you rely on Him. وَيَرْزُقُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. He will provide for you. All you have to do is to do what? Rely on Him. Because do you know why you have to rely on Him? Inna Allaha balighu amrihi. Qad ja'ala Allahu likulli shay'in qadra. He has perfected all the affairs. He knows what is and what is to come. What has been and what is later to come. So why are you fearing? Why are you kilo de temfoya, kilo de tembero? So just place all of your, reliance on Him, fear Him, and He would make way for you. Be patient. It is not easy. It is not easy, illa alal khashiyin, except for those that are humbly submissive. Which is why you have to return to Him. Bring yourself back to Him. Cry to Him in sajda. Put everything down and lay on your forehead crying to Him. I need your help on this, Ya Allah. He will make way for you because He promised that when you call on Him, He would respond. Ud'uni astajib lakum. Ní problem. Ṣé ń fòyà, ṣé ń fọ́ ni? Ẹ má fọ́. Ẹ yẹ kí ṣe bí alájà mi gbà ń pẹ́, ó ní pé Èkó làwọn, èmi náà jẹ́ Èkó wà lára. Ẹ má fọ́. All right? You have no problem at all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has perfected all of your affairs. So all these things, when you have total trust in Allah, knowing fully what He is the perfect disposer of all affairs. And He has your best interest at heart. As Muslim, we are actually fortunate. Qad afla al-mu'minun. We are the most fortunate human beings. No problem. Alaja, no problem at all. Just put your total trust in Allah, be patient and call upon Him at every given time. He would rectify all your affairs. Your concerns over your children would not be, something to lose sleep over. It would only be a natural response as a mother. But He would pave way for you. Look at the lifestyle of our mothers that have gone by and how they were filled with hope and trust in Allah. And now Allah made way for them. Abishek gbọ́ pé ìkọ̀kan nínú wọn wà tí Ọlọ́run ò jẹ́ nígbà tó ké pe Ọlọ́run. ládùúgbò gbogbo sùúrù tó ní kò dẹ̀ rérè níbẹ̀ ṣé ẹgbọ́rú ẹ̀ nínú ìtàn kò sí tí ò bá tiẹ̀ wá rí jẹ́ ní ayé ń bí ó máa lọ bá lálùkìyà ọmọ kí ọlọ́run máa wá ṣe wá lára àwọn ẹni tí ó máa fi orí ẹ̀ fi dùn kọ́ ló ń kà wá. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala count us among those that He would bless in this world and in the hereafter. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of our children the coolest of our eyes, make us see goodness in them, preserve them for us upon khair, and make them leaders of the Salihin, leaders of pious people. Count them among His most beloved slaves. May Allah accept this strive and struggle for us all as Muslims. May Allah accept it from us and continue to make it easy for us. And may Allah never deny us of His blessing in this world and the hereafter. Allah àbá wo gbogbo àwọn ọmọ náà, Allah àbá wa dá wọn sí o. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Sallu ala nabiyil karim.
I long for a world so pure and free. I wish for others all I'd wish for me to live right, avoiding what is wrong, and focus every day on the ultimate goal forever.